Hello everyone and welcome to IIM Junctions. So here we have brought another video or another episode of the Idioms and Phrases part. So let's dive into it and let's continue what we have in today's basket. Starting with a very popular one, when pigs fly. That is something that cannot happen. Coming to a very popular example, like you can say that English videos cannot be uploaded regularly. Yeah, it can be if the pig starts to fly. Right, I mean, just a joke. Obviously I'll try my level best to upload more and more content, and let's see how far we'll be going this time. But yeah, so the next one we have ring a bell. That is to remember something that you might have heard or seen before. For example, the moment I saw her, a bell rang in my head. Next, hit the nail on the head. That is doing or saying something that is perfectly right. For example, she hit the nail on the head with her voice. The everyone bang a meeting with the nail at head of the officers. Something very irrelevant, but you can take it as an example. Obviously you can understand what it was trying to say and convey and use it accordingly. I'm very sorry to include this. I know everyone must be knowing this. A blessing in disguise. I don't need to elaborate or illustrate this. Just have a look on this. I just included this, like if someone is not aware of this, then obviously you can have a look on this. Like a blessing in disguise, something which might seems bad at first, but later turns something to be very good. Next, a very better and previous year questions one, like a dime a dozen. A dime. First of all, I want to make it very clear, dime is a currency and it's very cheap. I don't know what was the actual history behind it, but we'll get to it someday if possible, or just now let's focus on this. A dime a dozen, which simply means something which is very easily accessible or something which is very inexpensive, or in a vague language you can also call it cheap. Like snacks are a dime a dozen these days. Like everyone can purchase them, right? So just please let me know what are the snacks that you all prefer, and you can also ask mine. So I'll be waiting for it. Yeah, so the next is extend the olive branch, which means to take steps to make peace with an enemy. Like for example, he extended the olive branch to his rival. Like they're trying to make some peace conversation or something like that. And also remember one thing, wherever you come across this olive branch term, it's always related to peace most of the time. So keep this in mind. Like even in the last episode of this session only, there was also a phrase, I'm not able to recall it properly what was it, but yeah, it was also related to olive branch and the meaning was related to peace. So keep this in mind, it would be helpful for you. And the next is a hot potato, and you must be very much aware that how difficult sometimes it becomes to pronounce it as potato. So yeah, the meaning is speaking of current issues which many people are talking about and are usually in a dispute. For example, the data presented by WHO and the data presented by the government on the death rates. Obviously if you're not familiar with it, then you should be, because what is happening in your country is very much important aspect. So, and I think there is also a section in it, right? So it's very much good to prepare these all things also simultaneously. So yeah, the conflict between the data is a matter of hot potato these days. And the next we have at the drop of a hat, like something immediately without any hesitation. And the similar phrase is like at a blink of an eye, right? So how fast it happens, the same thing is that. And the example is soldiers are ready to sacrifice their lives at the drop of a hat. Next, barking up the wrong tree. Like the example is after so many first of all the meaning, someone who is going in a misguided path, like someone who is going on a wrong track. Obviously if you're following IIM Junction, then obviously you're not barking up the wrong tree, because you're following a right track, but choosing IIM and BBA plus MBA as a career option may be or may not be. So I don't want to talk much about it, especially in this session particularly. We might have a special session for it someday probably, If you want so, then please comment us down. Definitely we'll be thinking about it if you want so. So yeah, the meaning of barking up the wrong tree is someone who is going on a misguided path. For example, after so many years of struggle, he realized that he was barking on the wrong tree. Now the last one for today or for this session, and it's very special for use. You can use this in your daily scenario. So the thing is New York minute, and the meaning is average short time, usually a moment, a very short time. Sorry, actually there is some error in this slide. It should be a very short time, a very short moment. Actually there should have been some space between a and very, so it could be a very short time, usually a moment, but yeah, just forgive me for that. And the meaning is a very short moment or a time, and for it, the time I spent with you was like a New York minute. Now, whom to say this, you're very much aware about it, so go and try it out, and surely let us know if you have tried it or if you're going to try it, and also mention the response. So we have came to the end of today's session, and that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it and there was much of learning for you. So, and how many questions were very much familiar to you or you have read them previously, and if so, then that also please let us know so that I could adjust the level of difficulties or the past problems. And